My name is Donna Carroll, and I was born in Ennis, Texas in 1950. We came to Waco in 1955. Then in about, we think 71 or 72, we opened the bookstore. My father had the idea to open the bookstore, and then I came to work here, and then several years later he deeded it over to me, and I've basically been in here about 37 years. I went to University Junior High and University High School, and no, didn't go to college. Married and had a little baby. When we were young, my aunt gave us Nancy Drew hardbacks at Christmas, which I still have, and I enjoyed those. And I was probably way too young to really know or remember this, but when I was born, my father gave me a little cloth book with all little animals in it, and I still have it. I remember when I was in 8th grade, I had a copy of Hell's Angels by Hunter S. Thompson, which I hid in my sliding bookcase headboard so my mother wouldn't see. And I read that when I was in 8th grade. I just wanted that book because it was important at the time. I like the mystery suspense the most. I remember I was probably 18 or 19, and I wanted a copy of Ghost Stories of Texas. And yes, my parents bought me that book. I do love The Stand. It's wonderful. And if anybody else likes The Stand by Stephen King, they need to read Swan Song by Robert McCammon. It's very comparable. I'm reading right now a Norwegian/Swedish author, Mankell Henning, or Henning Mankell, and I really enjoy his books. We always have read when we were young. In the mornings, we did what we needed to do. We did our chores, we helped my mother, we played, and we had our lunch, and then in the afternoons, we laid down with the book and we read. And my mother always read. We've always been a reading family, so it's always been important. My grandparents always read. We read at their house, so yeah, it's just always been important, and I love the feeling and the knowledge and the look and to me, excitement of books. I knew one day I would own this store, but I didn't know I would own a bookstore. I think I see more of the whole book panned out through the last 50 years. There's been a lot of experiences that I think have helped me to be open-minded and to accept people and to understand things, plus things I've read in books to help deal with people and their emotions. So they have been a big learning tool for me. I enjoy people, and we've made a lot of friends/customers that, you know, a lot of them we have known 30, 25 years, and it's kind of, I think, helped me to accept all walks of life. I read to escape, to relax, and to free my mind. Well, people have said to me, because of knowing so many people in Waco, and on a daily basis, or for sure a weekly basis, there's always a bookstore event or a bookstore incident, which, yes, documented, could make for some very interesting reading. One thing I always remember, 30 years ago when I was pregnant, and there was a movie on TV called V, and a drunk man came in this store. I was pregnant. He was talking ugly, and as he left the store, he screamed, "I hope your baby is born a lizard." And that was from what had been on TV the night before, and of course we all died laughing. But Yeah, that's always stuck in my mind. We get asked the craziest things. The other day, a lady called and asked if we repaired ceramics. But since we are a bookstop, we are to be a wealth of information. So it's nothing for people to call on a daily basis and ask us where's so-and-so. You know, it's very important. There are school teachers through the years that have come in here to buy comic books for their classroom because in their eyes, if that child's reading a comic book, he is reading, comprehending, connecting. So that is great. We have in the past provided newspapers for the Methodist home kids. I think that's important. And yes, to be able to provide low-cost reading to people has meant a lot to all of us that work here. We don't throw books away. If we're not going to sell it at markdown or something, we put it in a cart for free out front. So we have free books. And yeah, I think if your minds are busy and learning things, I think it helps people's mental state. I can't remember the book, and it has puzzled me forever, but it ended with, he went. And I'm like, he went where? What? When? Why? What happened? And I don't remember the book, but I just remember the two ending words, he went.
So he went. Where do you go now?
Well, I go on to continue working, to keep the store going and enjoy being here. Not ready to retire yet.